Hey, Virgo, Mal, Intuitive Coach here. Excited to bring in your February 2025 career and money reading. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Virgo, there is a change coming in, because some of you have been settling, allowing yourself that time to heal and evolve and really find your true self. I feel like that is something you've been addressing or working on. You may even be in a state of avoidance for some of you because the action is too hard. Now the Tower is flipping out here right on top of the coffin as well. So I feel like it's time to put the resistance or the struggle or the challenge behind you. And the only way to do that is to go through and face some adversity, face some fears, face something that feels difficult, right? The action feels very hard, but I feel like you're doing it. The Tower doesn't have to be bad. The Tower can come in and strike when we need it the most. This is a sudden change, an awakening, a surprise, a destruction of old structures in order for a new beginning to be had here. And I see that with the coffin, because some of you may have even filed bankruptcy. Perhaps you were in some sort of debt. Maybe there was a job that ended, or it just felt like there were financial struggles, financial setbacks. Now you have the Three of Pentacles crossing the Tower. A big part of it is lack of help, lack of support. However, your outcome is the award. This is recognition, winning money, payoff for your effort. This could be professional work, advancement, and fame. But I see that you may have been working with or dealing with people who weren't a good team player. If you were dealing with a legal situation, because I am getting legal matters, if you were dealing with that, it feels like someone was very cutthroat or underhanded in some way, but I feel like there will be an award, okay? There is an award coming in. The world is showing up above you. You're closing out a major cycle of your life. Virgo, this is a big month. Your soul is telling you that there's a new path ahead. You have a new choice. You have the Lover's card showing up in the near future position. There is something unexpected that has happened here for you. Perhaps there was an unexpected financial loss. There may have been something out of your control, but what you can control is the outcome, how you deal with things, how you respond to what's out of control. I feel like you've been preparing in the best possible way for these newfound changes, but with the moon still present in your energy, it still feels like there could be a few things hidden from view. You have the Eight of Swords in your recent past. She's blindfolded, so it feels like you didn't have enough information, you didn't have enough facts, enough data. What's going on in the hopes and fears, please, for Virgo? Hopes and fears for Virgo. You have the Hierophant, commitments. Where do your commitments lie? And are they aligned with this new beginning that you want for yourself? Bottom of the deck, you have the Devil in reverse. That's what you're releasing. You're closing the door. You're saying, devil, get back in there in that coffin. I don't want to go through any more, bad investments, financial challenges. I do feel like there's a situation that is ending here for you in order for you to get to the award. All right, winning money, again, a payoff here. There could be a settlement coming in, or you finally have the opportunity to showcase some of your skills and your talents. This is about advancement, and I'm getting professionalism. It feels like there's a new level of professionalism showing up, or it could even be working with people who are more professional, because some of you may be working with people who are very catty or gossipy or even insecure. It just doesn't feel like this is a collaborative type of, energy. And I feel like you're wanting to attract your tribe, right? You're wanting to attract people who share the same goals, that are all working towards, building up momentum towards this award, being of service in some way to the planet. So let's look here at your first card out. You have the Tower. Now, of course, the Tower is sudden change. It is an awakening. It can be an abrupt surprise, but Spirit is saying here, this is what is needing, because you were settling into a situation. And sometimes that Tower comes in to shake things up and say, all right, if you're unhappy with the way things are turning out, the Tower comes in to help you along the way, right? Divine intervention, if you will. There may be a state of avoidance, though, regarding some of the changes, regarding the closing of an old chapter. But because the world is coming in, I feel like there's proof and evidence that this part of your life is over for good. So there will be maybe some sort of contractual agreement, or, a signed contract, or a final court date. It feels like this is ready for you to move into the next layer or the next level of your life. Some of you could even be retiring as well, or you are taking your career in a totally different direction. One thing is clear: whatever you were settling into that started to feel very toxic, very heavy with the devil, the Tower comes in to kind of blast that up and say, wake up, Virgo. Are you meant to be on the path that you're on, or is there a little bit of a divine detour taking place? And I feel like you've completed up some big cycles. It's time to move on to the next level of your career, your finances here. Three of Pentacles crossing the Tower. The reason that the Tower is crumbling down is because it wasn't built on a good, solid, firm backing. It feels like someone was holding all of the weight, and maybe another individual or many individuals weren't doing their part. And that's why something comes crumbling down here, because not everybody is putting in the amount of effort that it takes to grow and to build. And I see that that's why you may want out of a situation. You may want to head towards an environment where it feels more stable, where it feels more grounded. Okay, I feel like you want to move on from the Three of Pentacles in reverse to, the Four of Wands, foundation and celebration here. So what's below you is a whole hell of a lot of strength. All right. You have the Leo energy here, Virgo. Some of you could have strong Leo placements in your chart. You may have, Leo people that you're dealing with, but I see that this is a part of you. The Leo strength is overcoming difficulty, facing fears. You've done this before is what I'm picking up on. You've wrapped up cycles before in your life. You can do it again, but there's a little bit of hesitancy this time around, maybe because of, where you're at in the world, or maybe because of age, or because of, whatever reasons. It just feels like there is a bit of hesitancy. Like, can I start over? I've already put so much time into this. Or do I have what it takes to leave this behind and fully embrace a new life? And I feel like the answer is yes. You must stay true to your heart here. You see that the strength has a lock, a heart-shaped locket around her neck. And this is a reminder of her soul contract. Half of her is the strength of the lion, and the other half is the human part of you. So I feel like there's this inner primal energy that is bubbling up within you saying, wait a second, I have everything I need to chase my dream. Just like these wild felines do when they set their eye on a target, right? Lions, they kind of creep in slow, and then they set their eye on their prey or their target, and then they move after it. And that's what I see you doing. It's like you've been in a preparing stage or a planning stage, but you are hooking eyes. It feels like you're something with the eyes or vision. You may be seeing things more clearly. You may be getting focused. Yeah, and the eyes are showing up here on the Eight of Swords as well. You have the eyes closed because of the blindfold in the mirror, but then the other part of the Eight of Swords, you know, she's waking up to some sort of truth. And that's what I feel like you're doing is you're waking up by locking eyes on a goal or a destination that you have for yourself. You're getting focused, you're getting clear, and that means wrapping up some cycles, tying up some loose ends here, and making a new choice to take your career, your finances in a new direction. Now, what's above you is the world. This is a graduation of sorts. It's the end of a major journey, and it's a new beginning. Beautiful, because I feel a sense of wholeness here. For many of you, this could even be freedom, financial freedom, maybe global or international travel involved. This is victory, basically saying, all right, the world is my oyster. You have the ability to go above and beyond, is what I see, without limitations. Without limitations. That's why I feel like you've graduated. Maybe this is a soul graduation for some of you. It feels like you've gone through a very heavy period. You may have gone through a very difficult financial setback or challenge or loss. But as I always say, the comeback is stronger than the setback. And because you have this strength, this fiery energy coming in to help you wrap up some cycles, I just feel like you're in a much better position towards, you know, the end of the month, but also Gemini energy is here. So Gemini season, this is May. So it feels like you're finally moving forward, and that victory, that award that I see here, it could come to fruition because of a choice that you make this month, in the month of February. It could come to, you know, a final fruition point by May, Gemini season, May or June. All right. With the Lovers coming in, when it comes to career, this is about you loving the work that you are putting out into the world. You feel like you are connected to the divine. You feel like you've made a soul, heart and soul contract, and it is being fulfilled. Now, if you are maybe doubting, if you feel like there's been a separation here, or if you've been stuck in a dynamic where your heart is not in it, you're making a choice to move forward in a new direction here. How are you doing? Well, you're getting subconscious signs. Virgo, a lot of you are being woken in the middle of the night, possibly because of dreams that are very, very intense. Some of you remember your dreams. You may be jotting them down. I feel like your subconscious mind is stirring some things up that are being brought to the surface, meaning you are now consciously aware of some of the repeat patterns or what you need to do to get up out of the settling energy and to truly listen to your calling. I keep getting calling or mission for you, Virgo, but the moon is about fear. It can be about fears, false evidence appearing real. And if there are fears, I want you to ask yourself, is this factual? Is this fear based on a fact? Or is this an old story? Because the Eight of Swords is an old story that we keep replaying over and over and over in our minds, holding us back or keeping us stuck. And I feel like there are, yes, things hidden from your view, but that's why the Tower comes in. The Tower doesn't even have to be something in the physical, right? It does not have to be, you know, a huge physical change. It can be internal, which often does reflect in your outer world, because when you start to change and shift what's going on in here, you see your outer world changing. And because the moon is present, there's some sort of truth exposed. I also see for you, Virgo, with this year being in your nodal energies, the North Node and South Node has shifted out of Aries and Libra into Pisces, which this is Pisces. And Virgo, you are in the North or the South Node for the next year and a half, which means the hot seat is on you, meaning if there's any area, again, that you've settled into in your life, not just career and finances, but because this is a career and finance and money reading, we'll look at that. But this tells me that any area of life that has become complacent or has become maybe a bit of a chore or procrastination, or whatever shadow traits that you are carrying with that devil, I feel like this is the time to address them. And what better time than right off the bat, the beginning of the year, so you can fully embrace some good, strong, solid, stable energies coming in sooner rather than later. So the moon says, pay attention to the signs, pay attention to the symbols that are showing up that's trying to get your attention. All right. I also see some of you connecting to the moon quite heavily. That's that Piscean energy, connecting to your own intuition and meditating more, maybe even focusing on some of your hidden potentials, hidden talents and gifts here. Now, in your environment, Knight of Pentacles is showing up here in reverse. This is about focus. Knight of Pentacles, when he is focused, he is laid back. He is someone you can trust, someone who is practical, down to earth, very resourceful, patient, disciplined, loyal. However, when he's in reverse, and this is, Virgo or earth energy, when he's in reverse, he needs to get focus and discipline because he may have lost his way. He may have lost a bit of direction. And that's why the Lovers comes in reminding you of your heart and your strength. At the bottom here, there's a part of you that you may have kept hidden, or it could be, on reserve for when you need it the most. I feel like you're tapping into this inner strength reservoir, and it is helping guide you. It's helping you make some new choices with the Lovers card that really align with your heart and soul. So you can get focused, so you can clear up any old stories and start to move forward within a new one, within a new story you're telling yourself. And that story that you're telling yourself is of collaboration, teamwork, making the dream work, that you have the skills and the talents and the abilities to overcome any obstacles that come your way, that you don't have to be stuck with the Eight of Swords, that you can move forward, that you don't have to question your potential. All right, this is about victim mentality as well. Sometimes we drop into that victim mentality and say, why is this happening to me? How about, how is this happening for you? Because something is happening for you, for your growth, Virgo, for your highest good. Now, hopes and fears. You have the Hierophant. The Hierophant here is all about our higher power, our commitments, what we believe in, our beliefs, our values, our spiritual, connections here. And I feel like you are taking a look at shedding any beliefs that are outdated or based on old conditioning from people, places, or things that no longer align with where you are going. You're leaving that part of yourself behind. And I feel like you're leaving it behind for very good reason. But the coffin here says, this has been a long time coming. Something here does not have to get dredged back up into your energy. Some of you may have even dealt with a loss, right? A loss of a family member. Perhaps there has been some conflict amongst siblings or amongst family members regarding an inheritance or real estate or like power of attorney stuff. I feel like there may have been a little bit of family struggles there. Now, I also see with the coffin card, you are taking better care of your money, your finances, maybe putting them in institutions that have the ability to grow. It could be interest rates. You're looking for the best rates. I feel like you're also not buying or purchasing if you don't, have the money. I feel like you're being very mindful of of your circumstances here, but you also are saving. You're saving for something that you want. You've committed to a path or a dream or a goal. And I feel like you had to reprioritize some things here, but ultimately you have some long-term goals in mind. Retirement, or a home on the ocean, or a lake home. It could even be starting up a business, buying a new vehicle. Some of you are saving for like a wedding or a honeymoon, whatever this is that you are wanting to achieve. I feel like you're committing to it, but you are starting to reconnect to a part of yourself that felt a little bit lost. All right, you're starting to reconnect to that part of yourself that felt like it was wandering aimlessly through a full moon, or underneath a full moon. Sometimes we do that, right? And I feel like you're tapping in to that moon energy of letting it guide you instead of letting the fear and the panic roll in. I mean, if you've ever sat in the woods, which I have quite a few times, sat in the woods and you listen to those coyotes come out, which we have the wolves or the coyotes here, it can be scary. It can feel very frightening when there's not light and when all of those spooky things come out. But when you really tap in and you say, wait a second, what's really going on? This is a different energy, of course, but how can I embrace this instead of letting fear freeze up and overpower anything good? And I feel like that's what you are addressing. And I'm seeing the book. It's a book, a child's book called Good Night Moon. Good Night Moon. I feel like you're saying goodbye to something because there's truth. It's like light is now being shown on some of those shadows or some of those fears. And I feel like you're saying goodbye to it. Now, the Hierophant as a fear can mean that you're committing to things that are not aligned with your values. It could be not feeling like you're living your purpose. It can be a sense of denial even. Like, I have to stay here because this is what I know. I have to be in this job, this position, or this career. I have to take care of this family member, or I owe it to this company to stay, or whatever it may be. I feel like there could be a level of denial that must be faced here. If you want to commit to your highest self, your highest mission here on earth, then there needs to be a surrender. There needs to be a shakeup coming in, and you can trust this tower. I feel like this is a tower that you can trust that is coming in from the hand of the divine here, because what is your outcome? You have the award, and your final outcome is the Four of Wands. This is beautiful. Remember earlier I said you're moving from the Three of Pentacles in reverse. That's caused the blockage when it comes to your stability. Now the Four of Wands is 11-11 energy here. This is about maybe even a new home. Some of you could be celebrating relocating or the buying or selling of a home. This can also be your soul tribe. It's a sense of family, a sense of stability, a sense of foundation. And if you feel like cooperation, support, or harmony was challenging or difficult, I feel like that's what you are kind of nailing in the coffin, and you're saying, all right, what new story do I need to tell myself so I can fully vibrate at the highest frequency I need to allow this to come into my life? All right. And I feel the Four of Wands is celebratory. So I feel like the end of the 4-week mark, you're going to see evidence. Okay. It feels like 4 weeks from now, you will see some strong evidence that you did make the right choice, or that there is a choice coming in here. And then by Gemini season here, I feel like everything comes together for you. So let's get a message from the wisdom of the Oracle. What do we have for Virgo, please? We have chaos and conflict. It almost feels like things are already chaotic. Like, jump into the mix here. Jump in, because that is going to allow you to kind of come out on the other side. Now, 3 and 3 equals 6. You have the Lovers here, which is also 6. Some of you could be avoiding some drama or conflict as well. So we'll take a look at both sides. Card 33, some of you may be 33 years old. That could be a significant number for you. This is about being at a cross purpose with another, the tension of opposites, and the value of chaos before order. Opposing forces come together to create turbulent atmospheres, but consider the value of chaos that serves you well as you become unmoored by it. Scattered to the winds, you leave behind the parts of yourself you no longer need, and disperse seeds to reinvent yourself anew. Although the conflict appears to exist externally, its essence is also internal, projected outward and causing disarray. You may find yourself at a cross purpose with someone else, facing a storm you feel you can't control, yet every storm passes and chaos leads to a reordering of things. Conflict provides a way to see more than one side of the situation, and that's what I was getting to here with the perspective. Look upon this as just a moment in time when you may need to take shelter, step away from the fray. Don't be too eager to fight. This is a time to understand rather than to be understood. And if circumstances appear to be chaotic, but everything that is happening is in truth shaking things up so that you can find the real path towards your prosperity. And that's what was said. We said that earlier here for you as well. Yes, it's a stormy time and it feels like there's opposing forces wherever you turn, but be rest assured that there is divine purpose in chaos. Everything that doesn't work is being taken from you, so the truest parts of yourself remain. The events occurring now are essential for your ultimate prosperity. This chaos is divinely inspired, even though it doesn't always appear that way. In time, you will know this to be true. And that's what I'm feeling here. I feel like the time is actually going to show up sooner than you think. So I'm going to read the reversal because some of you have the coffin. You're still, tying up loose ends. You're still kind of going through some of the struggle. This is an advantageous moment to restore order and recognize the opportunity for negotiation. Even in the seeming chaos, there is a kind of divine order, a complete resorting of elements. This is powerful. If your intention is to find the best solution for the highest good of all, there is positive news. The timing is perfect. Things are already stirred up, so don't be afraid to jump into the mix. You'll discover everything you need to know about how the situation affects you long term. Be present in the eye of chaos. This moment is valuable. Don't waste it. Absolutely. This moment is valuable. And that's why I'm seeing that this tower is bringing divine order. And that's what I felt here for you in the very beginning. It's bringing divine order to kind of take away those things, put them in the coffin, that they don't have a spot in your future. And you are heading towards the award, the Four of Wands energy. So this is beautiful. And actually, they're showing me the W, the A, the D, which almost spells wand. But I feel like you are maybe warding off, because the ward energy, you're warding off unwanted or unwarranted energies that may have held you back or kept you stuck in this, financial challenge or bad investments. So I like the chaos and conflict coming in because that does describe the tower quite beautifully, actually. Let's get some messages here from your spirit animals. Now, Virgo, at this time, if you can safely do so, please close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in from your solar plexus chakra, your belly area. Nice big inhale through the mouth and the nose. Hold it as long as you can and release through the mouth with a nice deep sigh. And with your eyes still closed, tune into your third eye chakra, the area between your eyebrows and your forehead region. And I want you to imagine the first animal that shows up in your mind's eye. Now this could be an animal that flies high in the sky. It could be an animal that swims deep in the sea. Your animal could be wild, domesticated, mystical, or magical. This could be a pet that you have at your home or by your side. Perhaps one that has crossed over the rainbow bridge. It could even be an animal that's recently crossed your path in the great outdoors. It could have come through your meditations or maybe even your dreams. There is no right or wrong answer, Virgo. And if you need a moment, just pause the video and come back when you are ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway, all you need to do, Virgo, is drop your power animal or animals, whether you have 1 or 5, drop them in the comment section below, and be sure to hit that subscribe and bell button so you don't miss that notification. All right, Virgo, what animals do we have for you in the month of February? We have dragonfly, truth, transcends, illusion, absolutely. Truth, there's the truth coming out. You have the moon card. Dragonflies also represent transformation, which you currently are undergoing a massive change, a massive transformation for the better. The truth shall set you free. So once you get clear on your truth, your authenticity, I feel like everything changes. 22 could be a big number. The 22nd of February could be significant. I have 25 here as well, and 46. You may be 46 years old. So we have the elephant spirit, learn from the past. We could have some people from Africa here. I'm seeing the African safari showing up. You have the elephant. This is learned from the past, so I feel like you have learned a lot of lessons. I mean, you don't get all the way to the world without going through some major journeys, some major soul lessons. So learn from it. You don't have to repeat it. You know, you'll never forget some of those important lessons, but you also do not have to let them pull you back. You don't have to let the challenges drag you down. You can learn from them and you can move forward. And then lastly here, you have peacock. This is about you peacocking your energy, putting yourself out there, letting it shine. This is you opening up that heart chakra, and you have the lovers coming in here in your near future. So a lot of you are undergoing a heart chakra activation, meaning that the world, you know, the world that you are living in with your career, your finances, and all areas, like I said, if something is settling and something feels, you know, like it's no longer aligned with your mission, your purpose, trust that divine intervention is coming in, shaking things up for your highest good. Now, all outcomes, you have the award, you have the 4 of Wands, you have the peacock, all outcomes are favorable. So this too shall pass. You will come up stronger than ever before with the strength card. And I really feel like this heart activation is allowing you to feel your purpose and your mission, and feel a sense of pride for what you do, not in an egoic way, but a sense of service to your gifts, to your talents. So you're definitely putting something out there, and I feel like there's clear communication, clear intention with the blue, the vibrant blue energies. Blue is the color of the throat chakra. So this could be you speaking up for yourself, speaking your truth. There could even be some news or communication that will be delivered by the end of February. All right, let's get a final message here for you, Virgo, from your own soul's truth. We have for Virgo, am I consistently showing up? Some trade their dreams for comfort, yet comfort is the enemy of progress. Success requires showing up every single day, even if you don't feel like it, even if it feels uncomfortable. It takes guts and an endless vision to stay consistent to your dreams. Today, journal this prompt. Where can you be more consistent in your life in alignment with your soulful goals? Then show up. Yeah, and I feel like that's what you're doing here. You are showing up in ways that maybe you never thought possible. Perhaps you even thought something was non-existent. Maybe you thought you could never do something. The coffin, right? You put something to rest. Maybe you thought, I'll never amount to that, so I'm not even going to try. There's something being, reawakened within your psyche, within your cells, within your DNA, within your soul, Virgo. So pay attention to what that is and then show up, because your outcome is very, very favorable. That is what I have for you, beautiful souls. Virgo, if you like the messages, please hit that thumbs up. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell. And of course, please do drop your power animal in the comment section below and hit that subscribe and bell button so you don't miss that announcement on the 1st of each month. Lots of love.